friends and harmonic traders alike. Let's get to it. What's going on? Great to see everybody here back on Tuesday. Man, feels like a forever and a day since I've been here, but let's dig in, settle in. I've got the last of my coffee. What's going on, chat? Nicholas, Luke, Bud, Evan, Jameel, Victoria. Thank you. Weather is very nice here in Florida. This is why we live here. Although I'm a warm weather guy, so it gets under 80 degrees for me. I've got a problem. How about that Bitcoin? How about that crypto? Need to take a hard look. What are we gonna do? What do you guys think? Quite a pump. Quite a pump. A couple developments in the last few days, depending on what data feed you're looking at. 35 is just 35,000 holding firm on BTC. You don't even worry about any of these gyrations. Not a thing, as they say. So we'll talk about that. We want to get a quick update on the markets because, man, that has been just a rip-roaring return phase off the Qs and SPY. I mean, SPY 411 seems like a distant memory, but that was 10 days ago. Let me get more coffee in me. Need to get caffeinated today. So let's get to it. Bitcoin, folks, flirted almost 36,000 within the last few days. And this is more about the longer term targets, as we know, and that's not going to change. We are, probably the most significant thing since last week was that we printed a yellow dot last week. What is a yellow dot? It's related to harmonic strength index, although it's way above any pattern structure. But maybe we pause. Maybe you go sideways is probably the way to think about it as you continue to build. Long-term scenario doesn't change, and you're probably getting into just this kind of a thing, a 34, 36. If you were going to get a check back or some kind of retest, I think we would be lower already. So don't worry about that. Probably the big news has been the altcoins and, some of our favorites, if we're going to run through a quick top five. Look at XRP. It's off today. All right. This is setting up for an opportunity. But we've been talking about XRP forever. And the larger deal here. And that's really what it is. You're off 7% today. And, let that happen. Let that come in on the trend line and just get ready. I've been saying this, like a lot of people are saying, well, things have been popping straight up. Where's the opportunity? Just let it come back on this trend line. Okay. I added in the last 2 days, last week for sure. I'm still not at my max position that I want to get for the big run, but we will get oversold. Look, we're actually oversold already on harmonic strength index. That's going to need maybe a couple more bars. So look tomorrow. I think if you're looking for XRP in a pullback, let this thing register. And maybe tomorrow, next day or two, you're going to get another opportunity, and you're going to be grateful for that. Because this definitely seems like it was getting away from kind of the whole basing formation at that 45, 47 cent level. So settle in. Listen, the Bitcoin halving, which is the kind of the event that's supposed to trigger the cycle, is still 5 months away. There are, and we've seen in the past where Bitcoin does run and you get the rest of the crypto market to fire up, but there is definitely a pop phase beforehand. And I think that's, that's what you're seeing here. So you guys know my position on XRP. You know my position on, say, Cardano, which, yeah, boy, that got to 37 cents. I started that at 25. Just to refresh your memory, we all have patterns here looking left. It was a type 2, remember? 24.5. You have a couple bearish patterns right now, so not surprised to see this thing kind of get rejected a little bit, but I'm really not that concerned. You're going to want to let this thing get oversold, okay? And what you're thinking here, or what I'm thinking here, is let it reject off the type 2 and then set it up for a larger breakout move to come later. It's an opportunity coming, so if you're waiting for that pullback on crypto, you're about to get another shot. A couple more. Let's look really quick. Ethereum flirted almost with 2000. And there is not much there in Ethereum. Harmonic pattern wise. Looks like this. There you go. Actually a third, getting rejected a third time. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. But everyone's just a reaction down, and then you go the longer term uptrend. That's what we're strategizing for. Something like Ethereum, it hasn't even gone into any kind of acceleration phase yet. So keep it neat. If anything, from a static technical analysis perspective, you certainly broke out of the trend line. And we saw this last year in the S&P and the NASDAQ, where you did the initial thrust, come back, and then really go. It fits within that whole larger technical framework. 2485 is still the target. Looks like this. Where's that big one? Sorry, big crab pattern. Off the top. I hate this. I get too many of those Ethereum feeds. There's the first one right there. Huh. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, forget that. That's actually annihilated that possibility. Regardless, okay? Just wait for the pullback here on Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum has probably more varying data feeds than anything else. Bitcoin seems to be a more consistent feed in general. Ethereum has different fluctuations. So I guess it was a shark down there at 1579. But give it time. We're not in moon phase yet. I know everyone's got FOMO, but we're not in moon phase yet. Ethereum did XRP. What was the other one? Oh, okay, check it out. One or two of the other kind of side ones, smaller crypto that I've been talking about, things like Fetch AI was a real nice one. But you've got a crab pattern, and you're seeing it stall out exactly where it should, 36 plus. Look, if Fetch comes back to a target 1, this is another example where actually a bearish pattern is your friend. So let the pullback happen, and then get ready. This is where, look, in the next couple of weeks, this is going to happen. You're going to get confirmation, and it's going to be from this launch pad. Why? Because if this is a super strong move, you blow out these patterns off the low. So I'm trying to optimize my entries. That is a real nice move off the deep crab, and we talked about that in sessions past. But things are getting into position structurally, almost like in an automatic manner. That is, let this have the reaction to set up for a launch pad for a retest and a blowout. So great to see everybody. What's going on? You guys didn't have coffee today. You guys are still coming in here, but great to see it. APV, Evan, Carthago, Steven, everyone else. Folks, a couple of notes of interest. Get over to harmonictrader.com. Become a basic member. Get with the software. As a basic member here, click on the basic member page after you register. And then for everyone that hasn't taken advantage of it there, TradingView. Send your full name and TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. So big announcement. You guys are itching for a Black Friday. We'll give you a Black Friday this Thursday. And I'll run that for the month. I don't know if I'm going to do some kind of special session. I think it's going to be a crypto session. I think we're going to do like a massive crypto workout for 2024 and using TradingView software. Listen, nobody's got this software, and if anything, in the whole history of harmonic patterns, crypto is an absolute new phenomenon, amazing phenomenon for the analysis of crypto price action. I got a lot of people trying to hawk software products with their, just one dot or one line. This software does it all. Gives you the levels, the T1, the T2 designations, tells you where the things are really going to move. And we've talked about that really this summer. The whole crypto scene is shaping up almost on cue, exactly the way we discussed this summer, that we put in some kind of low for the fall, and we're strategizing positions now into the end of the year to get ready for the run for next year. This is longer term stuff where you want to get in with patterns looking left so that when it does blast off, you don't look back. That's how it goes. Here's one or two. Look at this. I keep on bringing this thing up, this injective thing. Okay, almost at 18 now. And I have projected a couple of things here where wouldn't be surprised to see that go to 22. But that's the example of what's happening with crypto. And I do want to say that some of the things that I'll talk about in that crypto presentation for 2024 is how do we know where the heck it's going to go? You need to have some kind of clue. And I'll do a review on like my Doge thing, because Doge was that was probably that was my biggest winner from last cycle. I also was big in Ethereum last time, but we'll look at Doge and I'll do a review and we'll go back to the tweets, because we were down here. We were here on our first stuff with Doge at a fraction of a penny. Actually, it was here. It was like 0.7 tenths or 6 tenths of a cent. And we banged that thing a few times all the way up to 60. And I was real clear, that Elon thing, Saturday Night Live. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. Go check out my Twitter feed. Go back to 2021 or just go to Harmonic Trader, at Harmonic Trader on Twitter, and type in that and Doge. And you'll see what I was saying. Wrote it all the way up and we clipped the top. Wasn't easy to bail, but I mean, all the signs were there. We had patterns. The whole kind of hysterical event of him going on SNL. I mean, that was it. That was like market history repeating itself. So what about Doge right now? Banging patterns left and right. You got a whole bunch of patterns down here on the low, but bullish patterns around 6 and bearish patterns around 8. That doesn't change. Will Doge do anything? Who knows? Who knows? It has to get Bitcoin moving for that to move. But there's probably I don't know, 20 other crypto that are better than that fundamentally. Although I really, for me, it's about market cap and price action. Here's Phantom, FTM. And this is an example of wanting a pattern looking left. Beautiful bat pattern down here, 22 cents. You got as high as 26, ABCD at 25. Listen, we get a little pullback in here. You're going to kiss the zone and go. So the altcoins, nice to see them come back and not go to zero, or at least, fractionally zero. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm lining up a collection of daily, weekly, even monthly setups where I'm strategizing levels. I want to get in on those, and I just want to watch them take off into the new year. So we will do that. What's up, Jake? What's going on? Sure, I'll get to Tesla in a second. What else? Cass, what's up, Mr. Vision? Yeah, I can look at Cass. I don't know. Is that Casper or Caspa? That sounds like a shill, my man. Sounds like a shill. Let me. You got my attention. What the heck is that? Caspa. If it's not. Oh, God, look at that. Can't do anything with that. Can't help you there. Awesome. I mean, 1 cent to 6 cents, 6-bagger. That's great. But you really can't do anything with that. You got to let that come down. And a little HSI. I'm just not into chasing these. I think we've got. You certainly have ones. That's like that injective. It's already done a huge run. You got to wait for some kind of measurable retracement. But we've seen it. The interesting thing with crypto is we've had like a metaverse run where you've had stuff like Decentraland, Mana, look at that, 27 to 42, and you have patterns here. I mean, big, beautiful patterns. 30 cents, traded as low as 25. Okay, even in a with crypto, it's amazing, but your low end is 30 cents. It's still overshot, went to 26. But that's another example. Looking left, that's the kind of pattern you want. The other one that was really interesting and finally got some space off the low was Sandbox. I think that's a weekly. So metaverse, is that going to be anything? Maybe a couple months ago, it's like, metaverse, no way. But I will say this. We did get confirmation, and we got it back in October. So, and metaverse still has room to run. I think I mentioned this last time, but look at the yellow dot here. Yellow dot, that's our confirmation. So use that bar. That's really where we want to pinpoint and start looking for like 3-bar breakouts. This one is doing it. And use that bar as like a pivot point. Maybe 30 cents, maybe 31 cents. So let's look at that. The Big Mamba Ninja, when Scott bought, that's a great question. And I've made a lot of progress. I have held on to that thing for over a year and a half now. The Scott bot's the automated system where it's going to probably be type 1 moves. I haven't been able to get the trade management down. It's a lot. What happens with the Scott bot so far is a lot of scalps. And I'm not that crazy. I want more. I want something substantial. And for me, I'm really tooling with the kind of the dynamic trade management rules. A lot of it, involves 3-bar zones, yellow dots, counter HSI signals. I know I'm throwing a lot out there, but it's really important I get that right. And I would run it I've gotten a lot of clarity on it, and I would only run it on like individual issues, like a bot for BTC, a bot for Qs, bot for SPY. And when it's ready, we'll run it through a tracking system like Striker. We'll do it. We'll do it proper. I'm in no rush on that thing though. But you guys, you get the software. You play with the software. Why? Because it's going to do all the patterns for you. You're going to get the levels presented to you, and the whole harmonic pattern framework gels the more you look at the patterns like that. That's the sandbox deal. So on a cycle minimum, sandbox to T1, 344. Is that going to happen next month or next week? No, but think of it this way. Weekly time frame, where's the last confirmation? Open up the window from that confirmation, and it's, at least 30 weeks. You give it 30 weeks just to get out of the hole. All of that points to April. And it could take more time, but you got to give it at least 30 weeks to do the development it needs to do. What's up, Mr. Phillip? So 3 green bars after the yellow? No. The yellow dot is already calculates some individual price construction. But one of the things that, is a key, especially in harmonic patterns, is a 3-bar breakout. 3-bar breakout, that's, people have talked about that forever in technical analysis. Usually what it signifies is the start of something bigger, especially when you got a pattern behind it and confirmation. So Sandbox is a great example where you have all of this, a lot of consolidation, grinding. Well, arrow, yellow dot, bang. On the week of the 23rd, you cleared 1, 2, 3, a 4-week zone. And that's significant. So this is why you get the software. Just get the trial. Trust me, get the trial. And that's why we make it free, because, once you have a couple of weeks in front of it and you see all the patterns it gets spitting out, you need the levels. You're going to want this going into 2024 for the crypto, for the run. The other thing that really was remarkable were all the food swap crypto, cake, sushi, pumpkin. There's no pumpkin, but cake swap, sushi swap, all those Uniswap, swap, crypto. But we have patterns looking left. Here's cake. Cake on Binance on the weekly. There's another, look, that's a beauty pattern. Beauty for Canadians in the house. You know what I'm talking about. Bob and Doug, right? Hosers. Right there. Right at the hop level, 123. Massive move, a double, but that's a first thrust. Now that's a 3-bar breakout. That's a 20-bar breakout. But listen, you come back, maybe you kiss XA one more time. This is the definition of early development. So don't be afraid. Don't think you've missed out on it, but certainly it's kind of like the starting gun has been fired. What's going on, Storm? Welcome. You're not late. You're right on time for you. Everyone else, Tails. What's going on, Zeke? Great to see everybody. Thanks for showing up. We're here Tuesday and Thursday at 12 noon. I'm trying to get a bit more on time, and we knock it out during this hour. Like I said, we'll do the Black Friday announcement on Thursday, and you basically have 2 or 3 weeks to take advantage of that, and you'll get to the crypto session. It's basically going to be my harmonic pattern crypto plan for 2024. My members know the kind of positions I've already taken, and I outlined them over a month ago, back in September, and what some of my ideas are for riding this crypto into the rest of the year and next year. A couple more on the crypto. That's cake. Here's sushi. Sushi swap. And those were big winners last cycle. But there's Sushi Swap. Daily. This one's a daily. A dot. Big move. Yeah. It was a butterfly at the low. Now, again, you got a couple things working here. Where is that other? Sorry. Here it is. That's what I wanted to show. So the latest huge move off the low for this one was just deep crab, or was just a regular crab. Just think of it this way. It's a impulsive 1618 expansion right off the low, harmonic impulse wave that has taken the form of a crab. But this is exactly the kind of retrenchment. Retracement, yes, retrenchment, but it does the reaction. Maybe we go as low as T2, but then you're looking for the return phase. And this is where things can get interesting. So a lot of these crypto have done sizable first thrust moves. And they're pulling back. It's this next confirmation series, maybe in the next week or two, where you want to pay attention because it will launch. I mean, this is structurally, this is where you have the possibility to launch. I think 79 cents, the software's kicking out those levels pretty clearly. And the thought is that you launch and you retest, but then you go. And you blow through. So this retracement that we're seeing currently on not only this, but a lot of different crypto, important, major. Couple more. What's up, Ivan? What's TRB? What is that? That's a hell of a crypto. Why weren't you telling me about this back in September, my man? All right, this is what can happen in crypto. A 10x, people. A 10x off the September low. Do you do anything with that? I don't know. But that is certainly what you're looking for in crypto. What's that called? What is that called? If anybody knows, let me know what's TRB. Because that is exactly the kind of thing you're looking for longer term on this cycle, where you have a range, and we just look at the minimums, trace out where's the W possibilities, like that, and then it's kind of like a bat formation, but you'd look at the 886. 44, those would be some assumed measured minimums. And then if it goes crazy, how do you know? How do I know where that's going? 1618 or 314? Right on the 314. 314 is a beauty. Definitely can look at Link, Lewis. In fact, I'm glad you reminded me of that. A couple more. Here's another one, storage. Okay, storage is another one where relative to the prior cycle, let's get the weekly. Okay, this is the kind of deal we're looking at all-time 886 resets. The T-coin definition, those that are 100 million to a billion market cap that have done a 90 to 95% correction. And now they're basing patterns and you're ready to go. That was like, where's the daily there? Had some things here on storage. Make sure I've got all my patterns selected. Yeah, I'm not going to be chasing these. If I'm missing something, I'll come back to it. One or two more. Here's Ocean. Again, patterns looking left. That's the key. Here you go. Sorry, Ocean on, that was a weekly. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Come on. Where was that? There you go. There it is. Oh, okay, that was the deal on Ocean. I know we had some things last year, but this is actually what I wanted to talk about, Ocean, because this is exactly like what I just showed you in sushi, and a lot of those patterns, Fetch AI, they've got crab patterns now. You know, you've got a bearish crab off the low, just like Ocean did back in March. It pulls back and then gets to target one at 27 and then doesn't look back. That's the setup. That's the type 1, type 2 formation where, listen, if we're looking for crypto to do that explosive cycle move, like the last one that we just looked at, what was that? Teller. Thank you, Ivan. Teller. What's that financial thing? You want that pattern to do the reaction, and we trace this out, and then off of the type 1 and specifically holding the target 1 level, you want that to explode through. Ocean's not doing the explosion through yet. Maybe pausing here, some resistance, but that is the kind of structure you're looking for where larger possibilities take shape. I mean, you want that pattern to fail. This is even just standard technical analysis. A lot of this stuff, you know, you've broken out of your downtrend, you're basing, you're forming, you're bringing in some W's, and then, you know, we're going to go right back 886 cycle to 886. I mean, that's going to be one of the basic tools I'll highlight to everybody. Like, what's the first target on the Ocean? 175. If it's really going to be a big move, that's why we're here. We're not here for, you know, 25 cents to 40 cents. We're here for 30, 35 to 170. I mean, that is the strategy for all crypto. 510, or, you know, like our Teller TRB. Yeah, that's a 10x and the cycle hasn't even started. That's a great one, Ivan, though. That really kind of fits into the example. Yeah. All right, there's a better feed, and I need to go through that even better. Usually Binance is going to be one that has the longest feed, but you see it. You see the harmonics playing out where, okay, can we draw a general W formation, something like that, to the 886, 144 on TRB? Why not? Why not? That's how it's shaping up. These are going to be some of the tools that I show you, simple stuff. So even if you don't have the software, you'll learn. But listen, you need the software. The software is an indispensable tool. Is why I got into crypto. We started running the crypto, I guess it was like 2018. We really started running it 2019. And that's how I got into the Doge move. I will do a Doge review. Okay, it was insane. For me, it was like there's patterns there, and then you got Elon Musk barking about it, talking it up. It was, and I was very clear that it was just a speculative cycle, and this is a speculative cycle too. It's another accumulation cycle to come. Don't talk to me about adoption. Just talk to me about money flow. Talk to me about knuckleheads piling in and running these things hard. Longer term, I know it's not easy to see unless you're aware of the harmonic pattern framework, but this is what we're gunning for. Nice. Couple more. What's up, Noel? Noel, yeah, you know what? Polkadot. So that's another one. That got crushed. That's a T coin and a half. And it's got things looking left and it hasn't moved. Dot's a beauty. There you go. Polkadot, folks. There you go. It's a type 2. We've had that drawn for months. Okay, a little extra overspill, but 445. That's the floor, and you're not much off of that harmonic level. So if you get a pullback on there, and this is something you're into, that's the kind of crypto you want. And of course, Go to the history. 52 at the high, all the way down to like 4 at the low, 375 at the low. And what are you looking for there? A cycle 886. Why not? Cycle 886. I'm not, just to kind of highlight how we're looking at these things, because the way I'm thinking about this, it doesn't matter if everyone uses the crypto or don't. People are going to pile in. They're going to use their price ranges and look at the relative price history and likely just, hey, at a minimum, if this thing explodes like a lot of crypto did, they went back and retested their 2020 or 2018 highs and then got rejected. That's fine. Really doesn't matter. But that's the play. That's what you're looking for. It's just that the last year did nothing. It did zero. So it's been sitting on crypto even from the last cycle. You're worn out. You're absolutely just sick of it. What's up, Mr. Phillip? Yeah, Foo Phillip. We will record it, of course. We'll make that available to members. And again, part of the package. Look, everybody will get access to gold membership for 30 days. All right. So be aware of that. I'll make the full announcement on Thursday. But get the trial now and get with it now, because the more experience you have with it, the more you're going to understand, the more prepared you're going to be. We got a little pullback today, but again, this is the kind of pullback. Like XRP is 10%. It's 7 cents off the high. It went from 73 down to 66. 65 and a half almost. Look, every time these things pull back 10% within this uptrend, you're going to want to step in, because they're going to be short, quick, and come down and then launch again. Check it out. That's the first one since the ramp. This is the first one, and we're already getting yellow dots here. HSI, high level, getting set up for accumulation. And here's the trend line on the 4-hour. And just, do it that way. Look for the patterns. A couple more, and I'm going to get to the major markets. What's up, Sharknado? Crypto Sharknado. What is DGB? Digibyte? Is that what that is? There's another one. Half a penny. Yeah, 0.006. But what do the bigger charts look like? Oh, nice, my friend. All right, there's a pattern looking left. Pattern looking left. Big support, 0.0062 cents. What about the weekly? I don't know that one. I haven't seen that one. All right, that's a T coin and a half. Oof. There you go. At least you've got stabilization. You're trying to make a lower high right there. I don't know. What's the reason? What's the reason why you would do that? What's special to you about DGB? I have no clue. But I will say, look, since this first confirmation, which we knew BTC wasn't running back here, but it is here, that's the kind of thing you also want to be looking at, these weekly yellow dots that have set off a lot of crypto. Why hasn't it run yet? It's just time. It's just time, but it's in the right spot. What's up, Vlad? You really want me to do Pepe? Really? Again, I'm gonna hold you guys to some of these. You have to give me a good reason. Why Pepe? There's a million things out there. Now, no doubt you're painting dots, you're oversold, nice little push first, but why Pepe? I would think any of those AI would be a little sexier. And these Doge, Pepe, Shibu, whatever new, those are just money pools. So you're going to need You're going to need BTC running hard to get people to FOMO into this garbage. Sorry. I don't, no offense. I don't mean to ding your bags, but I just think there's better looking charts. There's better patterns looking left, better, fundamental stories. Talking about fundamental stories, boy, these guys did a great rig job. Solana, never say die. Okay, remember the deal on Solana is above 47. And this is another pattern looking left. Okay, so when you get to target one at 122.38, and you'd be like, man, how did I miss that? Well, because you didn't have the software. And you're not familiar with the harmonic pattern framework that's going to navigate you through 2024. But at a minimum, I don't know. Talk about that rig piece of saying Solana's going to 3,000. That's irresponsible, quite frankly, to put out a piece like that. But I will say target one at 122.38. And you do have patterns looking left. It's the Bitcoin of the meme world, Vlad says on Pepe. That's a lot for me to swallow. Pepe is the Bitcoin of the meme crypto. Man, if we were a year from now and things were moving and you said that, I would say that's the top. So, let's look for stuff like this. How do you know what crypto to go with? Again, I'm going to do this session. I'm going to show you the things I'm looking at. But just go to CoinMarketCap or one of those other ones, and you're looking for top market cap, top 100, top 50 crypto, and you want those that are moving up the stack. Evan says it's been 1 year since FTX. Yeah, well, what's his face is not going to have internet for a long time. And, hey, good. You needed to see that. I would also argue that when they put his, in jail, that will be a fundamental sign of the cycle. Okay, and we've seen it in other, Madoff. I mean, it's like Madoff from the 2010, 2012. As soon as he was put in jail, the market finally did the major turn, and that's what I think. Vlad, man, you really like that Pepe. It hit 1.8 billion market cap in 19 days in the bear market. It's the king of memes. Wait for the bull, brother. It's doing 500 million trading volume per day. But is there anybody using it? I don't know. Look, I think Solana. Even if you don't know, or even I'm not going to say not chase it, but look, something like XRP, fundamental use. People are trying to get in on that. Bitcoin itself, Ethereum, Cardano. These have multi-billion, 10 billion, 20 billion Bitcoins, 700 billion now. People are in their super strong hands are holding that stuff. And they're not going to sell. Everybody, the hardcore crypto positioning now to hold through next year, cash out 2025. Not yet, give it time. All right, come back with me on that. Come back, because of you, we'll keep an eye on that going forward. Who said that BNB? Canner wants BNB. I don't. We've just been, neutral on BNB, basically saying it has to hold 220. Now there is a weekly shark pattern. So that completed really September or August, but type 1. BNB, I think, is more a passive play, but you could do something like this and then go. Certainly a pattern looking left, so I don't, I really, and that's another play on the industry, but stuff like that doesn't move until BTC really gets going. Really. One or two more. Here's the big one I'm watching. So Bitcoin Cash printed this Gartley here. Where'd you go, Bitcoin Cash? There you go. And it's basically capped the action at 244. It's in a type 2. Why? Because look, there's the T2 designation. Software tells you. T1, that's reaction. So you ride that to T1 $sign. And this is the kind of thing where if it was going to really blast through, it would have gone through 270 on the first run. It did not. Going sideways. Your acceleration is above 270 on BCH. Oh, that gets me to Litecoin, which is something I've featured recently and probably a better one. You know, you might not get the 10x off a Litecoin, but 3-5x with a pattern looking left like that, taking its time. But we've brought this up, brought this to everyone's attention previously. That's the kind of pattern we want looking left. Actually, there's two of them, 67, 65 in here. Low range was 61. There's a ton of these. We'll get to more of those on Thursday. Let's jump to the major markets because we need an update. Like I said, feels like forever since our last session, but that's because, check it out. Here's SPY. How did 411 hold? Pretty well. 411 did amazing things. Explosion. Non-confirmation stuff. Let me clean up the chart, but we have a bat pattern. It was also a type 1 full off the crab. We had a smaller pattern that was a type 2. So really, let me remove these. It was a regular crab that was like the first thing that was getting generated. There you go. And there's the T2. So for the SPY and the major markets, yes, we are at an absolute critical spot as we speak this second, right now, 1 o'clock, Tuesday, November 7. Why? Well, we have realized the 1 reaction, the type 2, and you guys know we were here. I was saying 411, and it sends it up for the type 2, maybe as high as 440.88 on this move. Where's confirmation? We're overbought, but you're probably a day or two until that rolls over. So 441, let's just round it. 440.88 exactly. And we're retesting some bearish patterns, some bearishness here, but the primary number on that minimum is a 436. That sets up this remarkable retest now. If we're going to blow it out, you got to do it now. And you have to do something convincing at 441. Otherwise, okay, we got to treat these all as temporary segments. It seems choppy, but, you know, thinking about this within the harmonic pattern framework, it's been spot on. And this has been the pattern we have been tracing out for 2 months. Reaction up, return phase back down to the hop, now here. And it's absolutely critical. This is a critical spot. We're going to watch what happens on these indicators. We're overbought as of today. Hasn't given the inflection, but really close. We'll know within a couple of bars. It might even take into next Tuesday to really develop some kind of confirmation. But I do think everyone is looking at this. No one's drawing the patterns. You know, you guys in here and the software users, we know those harmonic levels, but everyone's just drawing a downtrend. And they're automatically assuming, that's going to get rejected. You know, this is weak trash. Let's just, let's not give this much credence, but a whole lot of gaps on the upside. Okay. We'll tell in about 2 or 3 days. It's a really been a remarkable spot on kind of pinball action. But we're back into that bearish zone, and even on the weekly chart, that's probably more telling. Let me clean it up. Okay, massive reversal candle. But if you really want to see something of technical significance, here's the 3-bar breakout. Seriously. Get a close above 439 for the week. Okay, you need a close above 439. So you still have some upside bias from where we are now. You want to see a firm close there and continuation the next week or two. Challenge the highs for the year. Trend for now, still up off these patterns. Now, there's something to consider that I've mentioned before. Let's go to the Qs really quick, because that has even better structure. It's an alternate bat, but no, not really. It's this. It's the crab. Looks like this. Let me remove that. There you go. It's the crab pattern. It has been all along. Never got to our target 1. So what's that mean? This is just reaction. So the Qs, play it dot to dot, but the Qs are pretty much wanting to do that retest of 383.96. That's 10 higher from current levels. And just wait for the next dot. That's why we do the dot. Harmonic strength index, that's like your harmonic relative strength. Think of it that way. But if this is just a reaction, okay, and you do need, Qs are another example, you need a close above that bar. Okay, above 370.50, even better would be a close above 373.75 to really set that off, and then you come up here into the end of the year. 384, maybe even make a run at 400, because it was so close, but they were able to hold it in here. We were looking at 336.90, and it fell just shy. Why? Because we got a dot. And that was only like 5 days ago. But just another reaction dot. When you get a dot or you get an HSI and you're in a bearish zone like that, it signals reaction. I mean, this thing really hit it, and did the grinding move. But that test last week was so critical. So still up, and you're clipping some overbought signals at the moment, but you're starting to expand up there. By Thursday, we'll have a clearer view, but I think 384, you want to be targeting that still on this move. Marco, what's up? The Black Friday deal will be a big discount, and you will get the gold membership, and we'll do the crypto session. I didn't quite do the option session. I did more like a crypto update last week. I'm still recovering. I'm better. It's a nasty respiratory thing, but just get the trial with the software for starters, and then come on back on Thursday, and I'll let you guys know about the whole deal, the situation, how to get with everything here. So it has definitely been a remarkable week, and it's not over just yet, and just like the SPY, everyone is eyeing up this kind of a trend line. Are we going to break out? Is this going to do something larger here? People really aren't looking at the levels we're looking at, but that's okay. That's to our advantage. Where not at least a retest of that XA level 384 is what we want to see. Couple more. Probably should look at a few of the big tech, the top 5, like MicroSquish. Look, Microsoft. That's remarkable. 365. There's a shark pattern. I want to see what happens at 368.74. And we could overrun it, but This is the example of hit the shark. You had a yellow dot. They threw it down. And then it was just a reaction. Never got to 290. Now it's a reaction. So you ride that back up 369. And you're getting close on the weekly basis to oversold. But I think the hop level now has to get hit before anything comes in. Hold on. Hold on. Let me come back to that. Nice. Netflix. All the way back up there. 437 is the major measured level on the daily chart. Why? It's a crab pattern, 437.58. We did have a shark here right at the low. I mean, it was right off a target too. I was really looking at this around 365. Nice move, but look, just because it did this doesn't mean the resistance is going to get taken out. You know, we've triggered that T2 literally today. That is finally retesting as a perfect type 2 retest, but you need confirmation. So you're early. There you are. You're in the overbought. Talk to me in 2 days. Talk to me in 2 days. Let this thing play out, and then we're really going to see. Okay, you rode the edge, and I mean going forward on the Qs and the SPY, those lows have to be the lows. You have to be looking for that as a continuation move. And of course, you've got things like Meta. Just, what was the post-earnings reaction? Looks like it was just a throwdown. That's it, you know, 288, 290. And remember, this has big patterns. This was big patterns on the weekly and the daily from a year ago. I mean, that was just incredible. Off the hop, and now, I mean, it was 90 at the low. You're 320 now. 350% off the low in a year. Remarkable. That's amazing, but that's what happens. That's why we do what we do. And then a couple others like Google retesting some resistance up here on the daily. Here you go. Couple of yellow dots, smaller patterns, whatever. Really want to ride that to like 138, 140, and it will take a hard look. But it's still, it just fits in the mold of what's happening across the board. It's still up. The other one that was, I think this Apple chart is a beautiful example of why we look for confirmation. I've talked about why 167, which was target 1 off of this deep crab. Okay, the deep crab marked the top. Perfect type 1 reaction. I mean, perfect. And that's automatically generated. Then what happened? Well, we did this little bit of a shark structure, 1 and bang 2. And then you got a yellow dot 3-4 days ago. What happens here? Well, target 2, and if not a full retest, talk to me at 195. 195. Listen, path of least resistance right now is up. And until I get some bearish confirmation, you ride that. You run with it. You keep moving on this. Okay? Go with it. Yeah, Storms, what's up? 125 viewers, 55 likes. Guys, hit the like button if you want to. I'm not really a hard sell on subscribers. You guys know where to catch me over at Harmonic Trader. I do this because we have a cool group, not a big group, but yeah, hit subscribe. Hit the like button if you so choose. You know, come on back. You know, we're here, like I said, we're here Tuesdays and Thursdays, and get over to Harmonic Trader and start your journey for free. Everything's free. You know, to get started, everything there on the basic members page. All of these software platforms all have the Harmonic Pattern Framework, including Thinkorswim, which is an excellent execution platform. I use that every day, and they've got pretty good charts. I think most people need two platforms, TradingView and then a desktop. Although you younger folks are trading off your phones, which I think is insanity. I need to be in front of screens and settle down to really be clicking buttons. Let's do one or two more. NVIDIA, kids. Talk about harmonic patterns. So this really has been remarkable. NVIDIA is probably just been, fooling us, trying to shake it out. It was a bat pattern. It did two tests of that 411 area. Play it dot to dot. Look, the all-time 1618 on NVIDIA is at 500. And I think you could go back and retest that. Or at a minimum, the last dots down here were bullish confirmation. You are in the oversold now, but you're still expanding. Also, don't forget earnings coming up. Tuesday, 21st, 2 weeks from today. So if that clears it, NVIDIA, 500 is the all-time 1618 like this. There you go, off the last swing. And think of it this way. Think in minimums. Okay, just think in absolute minimums, but it's like this. 1618 reaction right there. Okay, it was almost perfect. And you had some kind of pause response, but what did it do? It triggered a oversold reading, which means that's just reaction. So we're drifting. If we're going to pop again, I think 500 as you get into earnings was really tough, man. That just looked like it was going. It come back. It was threatening, but then you triggered some oversold confirmation. How many sessions ago? 6 sessions ago. So keep an eye on that. Those are the big ones. I really, it's impressive, and they're holding firm. Now, one or two things just about the big patterns. So let me show you the diamonds. The diamonds absolutely have to have, we got to take a look. All right, we had type 2 at 329. We talked about that. 345 is target 2, so still up on the diamonds. Okay, and you have some other resistance up here, 347. Just understand where you are in this whole play. That we did a type 2. They tried to throw it down. They were not successful in failing it. And within the harmonic pattern framework, look, we had the reaction. We did that. We were anticipating this. Non-confirmation, which is a shame, but still, target 2 to 345. Okay? Target 2, 345.97 on the diamonds, which helps the deal, which helps the longer situation. And then we have patterns like Coca-Cola and all of these real stodgy old stocks. Okay, that's picture perfect harmonic pattern material. You got to know what you're looking at. Okay, if you're not aware of harmonic patterns, that's why you get the software, you get some experience. But for how we look at things, that's a major successful retest. Go to target 2, and if we develop bigger things off of that, so be it. But that has been kind of the poster child for old economy that could lead to much bigger things. And there's a number of them. We have a number of patterns in those, like Nike. And that got thrown down earlier this year and starting to make a secondary low. Nike was something around, I think it was 100 or so. And it was 85. Well, that was 85, but we had a few things at around 100. I know the alternate bat's generating right now, but it was I think we had a crab down there, or it was a bat. It was a smaller bat, hop level 97. And this hasn't done much. Look, think of it this way. These old stocks, okay, they only, every 2, 3, 5 years, they go on a discount like that where they get cut in half. And of course, I've showed this before, the long-term uptrends and everything. That hasn't changed. Okay, yeah, if it was really going to break down, that thing would have been destroyed earlier. But you're on this long-term uptrend channel, and that was the deep test. There's a bunch of these that are like that. Okay, a bunch. Be aware of that's where we are. I know it's easy to lose your head with all the craziness going on in the world. But what we're looking at across the board are a whole bunch of long-term retracements that will take time. You know, Nike is something that could take a year and a half, 2 years to really fully mature as a position. But, you know, connect the dot even. Same thing with crypto. But we can go like this, X, A, B, C with a higher low to D up to the 886. That's definite possibility on this next move. Couple more. DraftKings. What's up, Asta? Let's do one or two more. I got to get out of here. Get back to work. DraftKings. How about that, my friend? Big pattern. Talk about patterns looking left. Okay. IPO cycle done. That was something way back when, around 17, maybe as low as 14. We were on that. 39 is target one, and that's minimum. But that's the kind of patterns you want to be seeing off of the trend and ride it up to your minimum targets. A lot of them are in that kind of position where they are shaping up and they're getting acceleration. What's the problem? It takes time, and a lot of us don't have the patience. But that's why we learn, memorize, live, learn, understand, know where we are in the harmonic map, and something like that you stay with. Stay with that. Hey, what's up, affairs? Check out my comments when we started today. That's when I talked about Bitcoin. Yeah, McDonald's. That's another one that's just got hammered. It's checking back now, but there's better ones than McDonald's. Okay, I prefer stuff like Pepsi. Okay, here's Pepsi. Big patterns down here, daily or weekly, even for Pepsi with a dot. Or was it Pepsi's a daily? The Yum. Yeah, there you go. That's there's a daily pattern on Yum. There you go. Look for stuff like that. Look for stuff like that. We could come back on a retest for Yum because that's only a type 1 and it just triggered. But go through the patterns. Go through them all. Because we have major patterns. I didn't cover Tesla, Jake. And that's a good one. I'll get one or two more here. You guys keep me going. Tesla's a big bat pattern, a bearish, okay? And I think there's better structures. But even if we got a return move here, we are clearly oversold. Look at the dots. There you go. A couple of dots here. So, yeah, maybe we get a little return phase where they took it under 200 briefly and then maybe return it back to 289. I prefer stuff like Apple. I think Apple is a better one than because you got great patterns, immediate type 2 patterns on the daily, and you got big weekly targets. You have to go retest. I mean, Apple to 190 from here, why not? Pretty easy. Oh, I know which one I'm going to show you guys. Airbnb. Now, this is the definition of early development. Look at this Gartley, kids. 114.55. Not only that, the Gartley is so crisp, beautiful, structurally sound that you want to be positioned in here. Okay, and even if it does, maybe we do a type 1, come back, and then the retest 2. That second test, but for now, you got to ride it to 130 or higher. So I do like that. I mean, it is, we're seeing a lot of patterns like this where these concept stocks, the ones that, you know, really ran post IPO, they have, there you go. There's Airbnb since the IPO. Okay. You know, bottomed a year ago at 80. Now you're at 120. Look, eventually you're going to make an 886 run on Airbnb. And that gets you back. It's something like this. And I will do this with the crypto presentation just to show you guys. Okay, how do we know? Is it a Gartley? Is it a bat? We look at the B point. Where's your 886? Super early development, but that Gartley is a beauty. And you're just starting to get going on that. I do like that. What's up, Nancy? Unity Software. That was another concept one that popped and got crushed. Shark. Thank you. You must have the software, because I always want to get things like this. Right at T1. I will. Thank you, Nancy. That's. I like that. Oh, do we have earnings coming up? Thursday. Let's come back on Thursday and look at that, because certainly it's not only that, it's a retest of that crab pattern at 25. That might be a good option play. At a minimum, T1 is at 38.60. Why not? That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. McCrypto. That's a funny name. Chewy. Yeah, you know, these Chewies of the world and these other like Wayfair and a lot of those other ones, I think there's better plays. I mean, that's a nice weekly bat pattern, but I'd rather have Airbnb over Chewy. I'd rather have the Airbnb business than, you know, being some pet food thing. Retail is done. I mean, retail is going to have problems, kids. Look, here's Macy's. That was one I mentioned long ago. In any other environment, I would say I would want to look at that. But it's just not moving. This is like those crypto that have zero development. Maybe if Macy's got going here a little bit more, but a lot of these are like that. Let me show you one other one. I do like Target. Okay, I like Target. Massive bat pattern, dot. This thing is on massive 60, 65% discount off the all-time highs, which is a gift. Okay, not a fan of the store. Don't get me on that. But pattern-wise, okay. I just think it'll be a long time before these things are truly accelerating. You do have a nice crab. I think anything around 110 on Target is probably a good play up to 136. And it's a good example of a lot of noise, yet screaming bullish pattern, but it might take months to get there. Meanwhile, you've got other things like Apple, other techs, other things that are running, Airbnbs of the world that have beautiful structures and, you know, not only structures, but higher lows and real nice constructive individual price action. You got it. No worries. So that's where I'm going to leave it today, folks. Appreciate it. We're going to get back on Crypto Thursday, big Black Friday announcement. But for now, get over to Harmonic Trader. Okay. Become a basic member, get with the program, check out the books here, check out the webinars, and then I will unleash Black Friday this coming Thursday. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Great session. Great to be back. I'm getting more into it every day. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a great one and go get them.